Fuck. I stopped taking my meds.
How is that working out for you?
It's fine, you know. It's like it didn't fix me, and it just made me fucking normal. Who the fuck wants to be normal? But we work better anyway, so.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, see you.
But don't forget about the piece that's due in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
I really want to know what's special to you.
Clarke,
Yeah.
I can't do this. I cannot write something in a deadline like this. Like, I can't do this. It's driving me insane.
Don't overthink it. Your writing is eventually going to make sense. It's going to make sense to you, and it's going to make sense to me. Like, this here it's really nice, and it's eventually going to have a purpose when it's written out. It'll come to you. Just give it time. And besides, my writing has no purpose. Writing all of this scientific stuff about climate change and the ways we could combat it, and it's not going to matter.
But your writing is going to change the world.
But it's already too late. Like, all of this should have been done like 10 years ago. And it just gives people a sense of hope and a reason to care, but it's not going to matter. It's not going to change anything.
What's the purpose of my writing then?
Your purpose is to give me something to listen to. And my purpose is to give you something to do for 2 weeks.
It did give me purpose for 2 weeks. I feel like I've written at least 14 pieces. Like, some of them are deep and meaningful, and some of them are mundane and don't really mean shit. But like, I've caught myself writing some that it's like going into shit that I would never tell anyone, like about my deepest desires and shit.
Well, I want to know all of your selfish desires and the things that drive you to do the things that you want to do.
It's nothing. The feeling of nothing, knowing nothing, having nothing.
It's kind of like a spoon and a fork. A spoon can pick up things that a fork can't, right? A fork lets the liquid seep through. That's why we need variation in our tools. We need small knives that can mince and large knives that can chop. There's things a smaller knife can do that a larger knife simply can't, and vice versa. These tools make our lives simpler, but they also make them faster and less valuable.
Yeah. And isn't it fascinating too that like one day we're literally going to be replaced by inhumane machinery that cannot even experience life?
The rich have all this machinery to make their lives easier. When you don't have access to these tools, you find meaning in things that others simply cannot. It adds value to their experience. So why would you spend it on using tools?
He goes on these long, meaningless, metaphorical tangents sometimes, and it fills me, and I fill him. It's like we both found the thing that we crave, which I mean is each other, and it's just what any human being would want, you know? Like, everything he says is just hopeless in a poetic way, and like, it's just so interesting. Well, at least it is to me. I know he wants me to write something super specific in my own Nightingale way that would move so many souls out there and mean nothing at the same time. But I don't know how to do that, and I don't know how to satisfy him.
I want you to know that I've cared about every single word you said, written, or thought about. It's like when you write, it's an exact transcription from your brain what your thoughts are. And the pieces sort of flow into one another in a way I can't understand. Maybe the purpose is to write exactly what your thoughts are, but I can't do that.
I thought about writing about that one hot summer day when we wanted to buy chocolate from the deli, but by the time we got to your house, it already melted, and our solution that we came up with was to take the chocolate onto the AC. Then we forgot about it and left with the pleasant smoke. And by the time we got back to your house, your mom somehow discovered it, and since then she's been concerned about the ideas we came up with. But I figured you wouldn't be impressed by any of this or appreciate me telling these embarrassing stories, because none of them mean anything to anyone besides ourselves. I could write about the horrible, unspeakable, selfish thoughts that were buried in my suicide note. But I mean, of course, I would have to make a second draft because I said the truth about how I felt in the first one and about how the people in my life made me feel. I don't think anyone wants to know how horrible they make someone feel, but a piece of me just wants to say it so I could know how my mom, my sister, my best friend, how everyone would feel.
I really don't think we should be around each other too much. I say so many horrible things to you that I end up regretting. I just don't know what to say.
But they're true, aren't they? Or I could really piss everyone off and recite an old grocery store list, acting as if it was some type of performance art. I bet Clarke would really like that.
Isn't it so shitty that I can make up some bullshit about our meaningless lives and give it some sort of purpose, even though I'm fully aware that we mean nothing? You were right. Nothing is our ultimate goal. Nothing drives us and nothing gives us purpose. Knowing that there is, was, and always will be nothing gives us the purpose to do something about it.
In the end, I always knew exactly what I wanted to write and how I would say it. I finally figured out what I wanted him to hear and what I wanted him to feel. Why did you come? I didn't perform because of you. Clarke!
I guess some things are better left unsaid.